I have Blaze Pizza to bring home for lunch. And Anthony is making us wait because he's playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
So we had to pull over at the park so he can play Pokemon. And meanwhile, we have pizza here to go home to. Are you really going to make me wait?
Mm-hmm.
How long do we have to wait?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
I need to catch some. And they're obviously really good because they don't want to stay in the Pokeball.
Your mother is waiting for her lunch. Really? You're going to make us wait?
Fine. It's not staying!
Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
Two Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and then every Monday, we go live on Keto on the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all the different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it. Happy Monday, sir.
Happy Monday. It is Monday, April 25th, I believe.
Way to go.
I'm on it. For once, I'm on it. We're having a little bit of breakfast, getting ready to do keto on the couch.
So excited.
I have a dentist appointment later on to have some of the other permanent crowns put in. And
Are you excited about that?
Yeah, right. Like, I'm excited about going to the dentist because she has to pull a tooth, too. Don't forget that part.
You're excited about the end result, though.
I'm excited about the end result, but I'm prepared because I don't know what I'm going to be coming home with. And so I'm
Clearly,
having a little bit of this pudding.
I can't eat. I'm literally taking a bite in and then also spitting one out at the same time.
Okay, so here's what we have. We have 3 eggs apiece, the medium-sized eggs.
Medium.
And then I have some like breakfast sausage that I chopped up, threw it on the Blackstone, scrambled it all together, and then I have about a tablespoon of ricotta cheese on top.
Ricotta.
Just because we got to get rid of the ricotta
Gotta get
cheese.
rid of it.
Coffee, 40 ounces of coffee with a half a scoop of caramel macchiato and a couple drops of iodine drops in there. And then Rachel is having some yogurt, 1 serving of our yogurt. Link for that video was up here.
Oh, there's some berries on the bottom.
With some blueberries. And then I've got a little bit of my peanut butter and banana egg pudding with a couple of blackberries. And I wanted to talk about berries a minute, because there's not a lot here.
It feels like there's more when you have it in this way. Like they're topping something.
Right. So we don't eat fruit very often. If we are going to have any kind of fruit, including berries, our rule, got to be locally grown in season. It happens to be the blueberries are in season right now here in Florida.
That's nice.
And, you know, you can go whatever rule you want. Like, for us, like, in seasons, like, within 400 to 500 miles. Like, so, if it's within season, within 400 to 500 miles, like, I'm okay with that. I'm not willing to eat a bunch of fruit and stuff that's coming from other countries and things like that. And the idea is it should be limited. One of the reasons is, believe it or not, even though you're going to hear everybody talk about berries are like okay on keto, like strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, they are still fairly high in carbs compared to a lot of the other food we eat.
They're just lower than other fruits.
So this is how much blueberries you have in your yogurt.
Now, see, that's the thing. First of all, I have to have a fence around it. That's our fence. Our fence is the locally grown and in season. That's the fence that we personally have around fruit consumption.
Right.
The reason why we top it with things is because this is all the blueberries I would get. And I do not think if I plop this down and, hey, there's your serving, that it's going to be satisfactory. I'm going to go back and think, well, that can't be right. Right. I think I'm owed a little bit more blueberries or blackberries, because if I was eating a hamburger, the size of the food I get would be much bigger than this. But this is not a hamburger, and I have to eat it differently.
So there is 25 grams of blueberries in here.
Really does not look like much.
Can you guess how many carbs are in here?
would there be as many as 5?
You're a little over.
Okay.
So it's 3.6 carbs in this.
I'm in the ballpark.
Okay, but that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 berries.
I don't think under normal circumstances, like
so every 4
pre-keto,
berries is over a carb.
I ever thought about berry consumption. I put it in the healthy category. It was healthy. So that meant I could eat as much of it as I wanted. So that's why I got into situations where I was juicing an entire watermelon.
No kidding.
I stopped buying apples, like normal size apples, even by today's standards, and started getting only the ones that we could get from the Oriental market because they were the Fujis that were this big.
Right.
Yeah, so my relationship with fruit in the past has not been fantastic.
And we're not kidding about the watermelon. Like, even if watermelon was low in sugar and keto friendly, which it is not, it is all sugar.
Right.
It would not be keto for us because we would literally buy an entire watermelon, run it through the Vitamix, like basically turn it into watermelon juice, and drink the entire thing in one day. And that's not as hard as it sounds. Like, you sound like, oh, that's a lot. It's really not, because it's mostly water, but it's water with a lot of sugar in it. Okay, so to give you an idea for the blueberries, that is 25 grams of blackberries.
Wow.
Okay, so there's 5 blackberries here.
You're getting a lot more blueberries than blackberries.
But there's only 2.3 carbs in the blackberries.
Wow.
So blackberries are actually lower in carb, and raspberries are pretty low in carb too. But are we saying you can't eat berries? No, but we're saying, like, again...
know what you're eating, how much.
This is one of the reasons that we decided to have the Stop Fooling Yourself challenge this month. Because I think a lot of us would just go, oh, berries are okay on keto. Nuts are okay on keto. And so I'm just going to have a whole bunch of them. And when you actually weigh it out, you start going, oh, maybe that's why I'm in a stall. Maybe that's why I'm having an issue. I'm overdoing my berries. I'm overdoing the nuts. I'm overdoing the sweetener. So it's just to kind of put things in a perspective of, if you are enjoying berries, maybe put a fence around it, like locally grown in season, but also actually weigh it out to what a portion is, and you might be surprised. Like strawberries, it's like 2 strawberries is a serving. So I just finished at the dentist, and I'm gonna stop at Aldi and get some Egg Life wraps and a couple other things, and we're gonna make some like tacos with some shredded beef that I made up yesterday. So something interesting to pay attention to, they have this ghee blend in the here today, gone tomorrow thing. And here's the problem is, at least it says it right on the front, it's made with sunflower and grapeseed oil. So you see ghee though, thinking it's ghee, which is the #1 ingredient, but then it does have sunflower oil and grapeseed oil. So this is definitely not something we should be using on keto, or honestly, any eating lifestyle. Something else I wanted to show you guys to avoid is something like this. It says 0 calorie sucralose sweetener, and this is what gives sucralose a bad name. If you're using liquid sucralose, it's not as bad. But when you get into these powdered ones, if you look at the ingredients, it is dextrose, maltodextrin, and sucralose. So this is going to severely spike your insulin and possibly even your blood sugar as well, even though it does say suitable for diabetics. So when it comes to sucralose, only use liquid sucralose. Don't ever buy these ones that come in a powder form because of these ingredients. So I'm gonna pick up a few of these. These are like water enhancers. I'm thinking about adding them into our sparkling water that we make with our soda stream, and these are sweetened with stevia. So pretty clean ingredients. A lot better than using these, which are sweetened with aspartame. So we're gonna go ahead and try some of these. They have a couple of different flavors. They have lemonade, tropical punch, mixed berry, and black cherry. So here you go. Our Aldi now has elevation bars that are branded keto. Let's take a look at the ingredients. Right off the bat, it says 15 grams of total carbohydrates and 6 grams of dietary fiber. Not so bad. Then we have almond flour, dark chocolate flavoring, whey protein concentrate, polydextrose, palm kernel oil, natural flavors, soy lecithin. So this one isn't super bad. I'm pretty happy with 15 total carbs and only 6 grams of dietary fiber and 6 grams of sugar alcohol. So that's 3 net carbs. But if you look at this one over here, here they're playing a little bit of the fiber game with 16 total carbs and 11 grams of dietary fiber. And the second ingredient is tapioca fiber syrup. I think we're actually gonna pick up a box of these and do a review on them because the price is only $6.29. So that is, what, about $1.50 a bar, not too bad. Okay, I couldn't do much filming in Aldi because the manager was kind of keeping his eye on me, and the manager in this Aldi doesn't like anybody filming. So I got those couple things, but let me show you everything else I got. So I got some lettuce because Rachel wanted lettuce with our tacos. I got a couple of packages of this pork sausage. It does have a touch of dextrose as the last ingredient, but it's 190 calories per serving. There's 6 servings in a container. And then there is 16 grams of fat, 11 grams of protein, 0 total carbohydrates. And what we like to do is add a little bit of sage to this. We have our breakfast sausage recipe. I'll leave a link for that right up here. Mix it up, and then we basically cook it into crumbles and add it into eggs and stuff in the morning. So I got 3 of those. I got some of these bite-sized salami because now that I have my permanent teeth appear, this is one of the things that I like to have with part of my dinner. They're really, really good. Pretty clean ingredients, not the cleanest. But I still like to have a little bit of the salami once in a while. And I always get the spicy ones. Of course, they had cheese curds, so I got some cheese curds. Again, I like to have them as part of my meal instead of just a snacking thing. We got a bunch of egg whites. I got 2 of the everything bagel ones. I got 2 of the cinnamon ones. We've never tried these before. And I got 2 of the Southwestern because, again, we're going to have tacos. The cinnamon ones in our Aldi is a buy. It's here today, gone tomorrow. So I picked up like 3 of them. They actually freeze really well. I got a box of these to do a review. I got 3 different flavors of this. And then we bought some cheese so that we can shred these up for our tacos. And then what else did I get? Oh, so I'm never very good at this. I got 1 avocado to go with our dinner. Hopefully, this one feels like it's ripe. I'm hoping it's good enough. But just in case, the way we normally like to buy it is the individual packs of guacamole. And I usually like to buy these individual ones rather than a big container because once you open up the big container, it'll start to go bad, whereas this will stay a lot longer. But that's everything we got. So now I'm going to go home and start prepping dinner. Okay, I'm home from the dentist and Aldi. You want to see?
Look at how pretty your teeth are.
Look at that. It's weird because everything is so white, but the bottom isn't. She showed me the before and after of the top, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Big difference.
It's a huge difference.
You don't notice it when it's like you've changed out your teeth for a little bit.
The good thing is no numbing at all today, so that was good. No Novocaine. Now, all of the top teeth are permanent except for, I think it's that one. It's tooth number 10. That's the one that we had the crown go on. And then that's the one that...
Oh, the crown?
The crown went in. And then what happened is the post that was actually in there broke loose. So the whole tooth now has to come out. So she had actually glued that in permanently. And the next thing we're going to do is that's going to come out. We're going to extract the tooth. But everything's got to be done timely because I won't have a tooth there when it's a front tooth. So what we're going to do is next Wednesday, we have a 10-day break. Next Wednesday, we go in. She takes an impression of the top so that I can get a partial, which will then cover all these back teeth. I keep showing all these teeth.
I know.
And that it'll also have that tooth. And then when the partial comes in about a week later, then we extract that tooth and everything goes in it. And I'll have all teeth on the top because then we have to wait a year to get the actual dentures. And I did ask her, like, why do we have to wait a year? Like, I see these people that, like, get, like, their, implants done all in the same day. And she's like, it can be done, but it's not the best way. And she's like, I've seen it too many times where people have the implant put in and then they have issues or they come back, like, 6 months later and it's fallen out.
We do not want that happening.
She's like, it's just better to wait. She's like,
slow and steady
put it
wins
in.
The race.
Let the bone grafts heal, put in the screw thing, let that heal, then put in the tooth. So that's why we're doing the partial. The good news is that adding this tooth to the partial doesn't cost us any more money.
I like that.
You get it all the same.
So now that you have these pretty new teeth, not to
At
rush
least on the top.
Not to rush or anything, but what will we be chewing on? Because I'm a little hungry. Okay,
so yesterday I made some shredded beef. And I mean, I didn't film it. It was Sunday, and it was honestly nothing.
It wasn't super attractive, right? It was just a roast of some sort.
Throw a chuck roast in the Instant Pot.
It'll work.
for an hour. When it was done, shred it up, throw in 1 serving of spicy taco keto chow, and I also had a bunch of Redmond salt in there. So that's in there. So what I did was I went to Aldi, I got some egg life wraps, I got some cheese. You wanted lettuce, I got you some lettuce.
I wanted some lettuce.
I bought you an avocado, but since we never have much luck with avocado.
Do we have enough time to wait for it to ripen properly?
Well, just in case the avocado isn't any good, because it's always a gamble, I did get you some guacamole too. So we'll try the avocado. Hopefully it's good. It feels good, but I'm not very good at picking out avocados. And we're just going to have tacos for dinner, like a shredded kind of meat. Caleb's got a friend over, so we'll just bring it in here. We'll show you what we're eating, and then we'll continue the vlog tomorrow.
Let's just crash their date.
While we see what Rachel's watching back there.
It is an old South Korean drama that we've watched before. It's really good. It's called
you're watching
Secret
again
Garden.
because...
It's just so good.
Okay, Caleb's got a friend over, so we're eating dinner here in our bedroom. Here's what we got. So we each have 3 of the Southwest Egg Life wraps. We've got a little bit of lettuce. That is 8 ounces cooked of pot roast, which is literally just a chuck roast that I cooked in a pressure cooker and shredded up, added some spicy taco. We have a little bit of salsa, about 1 ounce of cheese shredded up,
Some kimchi.
a half an avocado, a little bit of sour cream, and then Rachel's having some kimchi.
Because I love it.
So I'm going to put the macros for everything we're having down below. I am not having kimchi because I'm not as big of a fan of it as she is.
I'm a huge fan.
I got that at Costco yesterday. That big jug was only $7, so a lot cheaper than buying it in some of the other places, and really clean ingredients. So we're going to eat. If we eat anything else, I will show it to you later on. Other than that, we're just going to continue this vlog tomorrow. This is how I feel today.
Do you need a 6-month vacation?
Twice a year. Well, here's the thing. So we've been talking a lot about sleep and rest and how important that is on our health journey. But in order to get that sleep and rest, you have to give up something.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel so guilty when I know that there's work still to be done in a 24-hour cycle, but I have to say no, step away, and go to bed. Like, that is very challenging for me.
And that's the thing. In the past, it would be stay up till 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Get it done.
It would be don't spend any time together or don't spend any time with the kids or something like that. And you have to learn to balance it out. And I think that is the struggle that I'm having right now. So it's like I want a vacation. I want a vacation away from all of it. But all a vacation away from all of it for 6 months is going to do is make it mount up more.
Yeah, you're just trying to put it off in your mind.
Yeah, but you have to learn to have balance because you can have the best diet in the world, but if you're not getting the proper sleep and the proper rest and the proper relaxation in the form of a vacation or fun or something like that, the diet means nothing for a couple reasons. First of all, even if you do feel amazing, you're going to not have any time to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then also, if you don't have that rest and stuff, you're not going to be able to optimize this healthy eating that we're currently having.
Yeah.
Which is the problem we've had for the last, let's face it, since the beginning of COVID, right? I think that's a lot of where it started for us was, you know, you had this panic, which led to stress, which then led to more work. And it's like, it was a never-ending cycle. But like yesterday was a perfect example. I did not get all the work I wanted done.
No.
You did not get all the work you wanted done. But we had the opportunity to spend some time with the kids a little bit. Like you spent some time hanging out with Anthony and then some time playing some games with Caleb. And here was the thing. We had to put something off to do that.
Yeah.
And though it's not necessarily good to always put off your work, sometimes you have to take that moment because that is going to reduce your stress, right? Hanging out with your loved ones and your kids.
I went to
things like
bed
that.
feeling easy last night because
But I
had
was proud of us.
joy.
Because here was the thing. In doing that, in having conversations with the kids and playing the game that you were playing with Caleb.
So fun.
We had eaten fairly early.
For us.
Right? And we had the intention of having something else afterwards. We were going to have a yogurt or some pudding or an ice cream or something like that to round out our macros.
Yeah.
But then we got involved with like hanging out with the kids and stuff. And I was really proud of us because we did not hit our macros yesterday. I'm pretty sure I haven't put everything in the chronometer and looked at it yet. I don't know if we hit the protein.
We're not proud that we didn't hit our macros. We're proud that knowing we weren't getting all of the food owed to us in a 24-hour cycle, we still went to bed without eating again.
Right.
Because it was past our eating window.
And that's what I was going to say is that when we were done, you were like, I guess it's too late for us to have some yogurt.
And high five that we did not enable each other.
Right. And so you looked at me and what are you going to do? And I'm like, I really want some. But I really have put this forth that I am not going to eat right before bed. And at the time it was 10 o'clock. I'm like, okay, so yes. I did not get all of the protein that I wanted. And I don't even know where my protein is. But I didn't get it all in. I didn't eat as much food as I was allotted to. But I also said that if I haven't finished eating by 3 hours before bed, I'm just not going to eat. And we both looked at each other and said, yeah, we're going to just do that. Right?
Yeah, and I felt really empowered.
That was like the biggest win I think we've had in probably a year.
I think so too, because we had it, well, I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of wins in the year. Thanks to the beginning of the wins was beef, butter, bacon, and eggs.
That's true.
That was the beginning because we started having conversations that were calm and not emotional, right? We were able to have an actual discussion, not like dissing and cussing over the issue.
Or enabling.
That's a huge victory because we really, truly, if you catch me after a meal, I want to support this man's health goals, right? If you catch me when I'm hungry or if I have a craving of some sort that's trying to like, hey, you need it right now, then me trying to help propel his health goals, I'm not as encouraging,
Me
right?
too.
I'm like, let's just let it happen. Chaos.
Right.
So I'm really thankful for calm discussions where we can reiterate what was our boundary lines. But here's the thing. We had to make clear boundary lines. We had to have something that said exactly like, hey, I want to do better. That's not enough of a goal.
Right.
We said, hey, we're going to stop eating 3 hours before we go to bed. Are we within a 3-hour window of going to bed? Yes, we are. So there we go. We have our answer.
Right.
It's not up to you to try to get on my good side or me to get on your good side. There's a clear boundary and we were able to hold it.
And it was, I know it sounds trivial, but it was a tough decision.
Yeah.
Because when Rachel looked at me and goes, what do you think? I had to because we have agreed to be each other's accountability partner. I had to have the tough conversation that Dr. Berry had with me and said, listen, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
But
You're
this
an
is
adult.
what I'm going to do, knowing this could very well upset her. That like, hey, well, I really want it. And it could also have her upset me in being like, well, you're not being fair to me, and so I was proud of us for coming together and saying, we're going to propel our health goals by doing what we said we're going to do. And I know that in the moment, it stinks.
It does stink.
But long term, I really believe it's going to benefit us not eating that early, that late at night and getting to bed. And we are struggling with getting to bed at 10:30. It's hard to go from 12:30, 1 a.m. to 10:30. I think last time we found ourselves sleeping about 11.
Well, I think it's time for us to start celebrating adulthood in different ways, right? Some of our adulting, like this is your reward for adulting, in the past has been, I get to eat whatever nonsense that I want. Now I'm hurting myself. That's not a good adulting, but that was my reward for adulting during the day. Another reward was I'm going to stay up as late as I want and have as much screen time as I want.
Right.
Those are two things that are not a reward for my hard work and dedication to this life. Right. That's actually hurting me, harming me, stressing me, undermining my health goals, right? Yeah. So I think that we need to redefine a little bit what it means to reward yourself as an adult, and actually turning the television off and going to bed. It feels foreign, but that is a reward for being an adult.
Yeah. I have to say this, and then we'll talk about our coffee.
Which I've almost finished.
So here was the funny thing is when we made the decision that we weren't going to eat, I said to her, listen, instead, let's watch one episode of our show, because we got interrupted watching it when we had the opportunity to hang out with Anthony. And so we had stopped, and I said, let's finish this and maybe watch one more episode. So we started watching it, and we knew we were about 15 minutes past our bedtime. Halfway through the show, all of a sudden, the actor leaves one sentence and the TV goes off.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, I guess, yeah, we aren't even supposed to be doing this part, right?
Yeah.
And we did not fiddle to turn it back on. We're like, nope.
We didn't argue with it.
That was the signal we're supposed to be, like, not watching TV either.
Yeah.
Okay, so for breakfast, we don't have any regular food, but we do actually still have breakfast because we have 40 ounces of coffee split between the two of us.
Coffee experience.
And this is still technically a breakfast because it's not black coffee.
No,
okay?
It's not.
There is, in the two coffees combined, one package of the chocolate element, which I would say is not necessarily breakfast, but we also have in there a half a scoop of the caramel macchiato keto chow. That's our creamer.
Yeah.
And then I put a half a tablespoon of butter between the two of them. So it's a small breakfast, but it is still a breakfast. It is still technically, if you're looking at fasting, breaking a fast because you've got some calories here. So Rachel's home from work, and we're going to do what is probably
the weirdest
silliest thing we've ever done.
We're clearly going to make lunch weird.
Yeah.
But we're okay because I am truly interested to see how many grams of protein do we actually eat when we go out to Texas de Brazil or any of the Brazilian steakhouses. How much am I actually eating?
Right. Now, I thought I had like a medium-sized scale, but I can't find it. I don't know if it broke and I threw it out. So I have this really small one. This one only measures up to 100 grams. So we may have to like cut pieces of meat and then put it on there and just put it like on a napkin or something. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of keep a tally as we go through. Like we'll each write down like beef. I don't know if we need to necessarily divide it all the way up because, you know, we can try, but it's just an idea of like how many grams of protein or how much actual meat do we eat. Going to be interested to see what the waiter says when he sees a scale on the table. Well,
it looks like they're open for lunch on Wednesday and today is Tuesday.
Plans have changed. Now, I guess we're going to come back tomorrow because I'm not getting rid of the $25 gift card.
Well, now I've got my sights set on Texas de Brazil. I've got a scale inside of my purse. So this is happening. But now we've got to go find something to eat because now my stomach is ready. Yes.
We'll go find something.
Okay, so Joe had to take a phone call, but we're home with wings and I'm ready to eat them. So we've got Buffalo Wild Wings. We just put some Frank's Red Hot, just the traditional Red Hot seasoning on it with some butter. And we are good to go. I am going to enjoy these.
Here you go. It's ice cream.
It looks like grape though.
Fine, I'll have it.
If it's grape, I don't want it if it's grape. Is it grape?
No, but...
Well, if it's not grape...
You said you don't want any.
What is it? Oh, is it the new raspberry cheesecake? So it's like actually...
It's the new raspberry cheesecake color, but it looks like grape. It's graper than grape.
It's
like
not
color-wise. It doesn't taste like grape.
It doesn't taste like grape, so I'm good.
But I could have given you grape and you probably wouldn't have known it.
Well, I would have known it when I tasted it.
Maybe, but if I could have given you grape and told you it was raspberry, maybe you would have thought it was raspberry the whole time.
No.
We can kind of treat it like liver. I'll give you ground beef and tell you, I'll give you liver and I'll tell you it's ground beef.
This color kind of Lion Kings that there's something going on. We can't hide it if it's like purple.
So it is Tuesday night, and I did not show you my food because I was on the phone.
Same thing as me, though.
Yeah. It was just wings.
Yeah.
Every time we sit down to film.
The cat's going to use the litter
The
box.
cat's using a litter box. Tabitha's drinking out of her water bowl. It's just super distracting. My ice cream is melting. So, yeah, I was on a phone call, and so Rachel showed you what she ate, and we just ate the wings.
Yeah.
They were really good. Now we're going to have a little bit of Keto Chow ice cream. This is raspberry cheesecake Keto Chow.
Thank goodness.
3 tablespoons of melted butter with the Keto Chow. And then quarter of a teaspoon of tarragon. It is really, really creamy. And then we mixed in, I only had a little bit, like not even a half a serving of the keto granola. I did order some more for you.
Good, thank you.
And then we put a little bit of the Lolly's peanut butter macadamia in there because I had some of that stuff. And that's that's a really low carb mix in because it's like 3 carbs here for the entire serving.
Ooh, we can change it to lolly, lolly, lolly. Get your mix-ins here. That'll work too. It'll work too.
Okay. Before we close out this vlog, I did want to say that we've been talking a little bit during the live streams about the whole idea of that your body wants to have homeostasis, right? Your body wants to try to balance the energy that you're consuming with the energy that you're expending. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, that's why the whole idea of calories in, calories out doesn't work. That's why something like eat less, move more doesn't work long term.
Right.
Because your body's going to try to balance it out. It'll work short term. But long term, it won't.
When it's new.
Right. Because otherwise your body will slow down metabolism.
But it's like you have to keep upping the ante with that. So it's kind of like when I started walking several miles a day and started doing some strength training, it was like, wow, my body was like, this is amazing and new. And you went from holding down a couch for a living to moving somewhat. Right. But I can't also continue increasing energy, but keeping my movement level
because your body is going to just start slowing other things down. Okay? And so what I'm trying to say is, if it is something that you've struggled with, if you're really struggling, I'm seeing in Facebook people like, I want to give up. I've been doing this for 2 months. I'm not seeing a loss on the scale.
Oh, don't give up.
It's not completely your fault. We've been trained wrong. And some of this is going to come down to, we have to fix ourselves first. And that may take some time. It may take 2, 3, 4 months for our body to heal ourselves. If you look at somebody like Rachel, she was eating 500 to 600 calories a day for 2 years.
It took a lot to convince my body that every single bit of energy I put in my mouth hole, like there was more coming. Mm-hmm. My body did not trust that there was more coming. And so every single time I ate something, it stored it to start with.
You were gaining for a while.
I had to get back trust with my body because I had like deceived it for so long. Yeah. And now, of course, the dog is like, oh, I'm going to find this squeak toy.
So we just want to encourage you to stick with it. To a point, eat less, move more works, but extensive move more and eat less does not work because your body's going to just try to adjust things to accommodate for it. It's a combination of moving a little bit and eating the right amount of energy, finding that balance where you can eat energy and still be under the amount that you're actually utilizing, and that'll help you to lose weight, but not under eating too much. It's like I was talking with Bronson, who we're working on a calculator together. Yeah. And one of the things is like on a keto, on any macro calculator, I never want to see somebody have the option of how fast do you want to lose the weight. Right. I don't want to see an option of a 25 or 30 or 35% caloric deficit because it's not going to help you long term. You're much better off only cutting it like 10 or 15%. Is the weight loss going to be slower? Yes. But it's going to be better for you long term.
Well, and you see that sometimes, I mean, I see it where people are like, hey, I drifted away from my plans. So my response to drifting away for 6 months is a 1 month slash my calories in half. Like, you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna hate life. You're gonna be angry the entire time.
And you know what's gonna happen? At the end of the month, you're gonna immediately jump right back into double the calories because you just slashed them in half, and you're gonna put the weight back on, right?
Right.
Because even then, when you do lower your calories, the proper way to do it is reverse it back up. But you know what? We're gonna talk about this more tomorrow. We were not supposed to vlog tomorrow, but we have to vlog for 2 reasons.
Yes.
Number 1, it's Michelle's birthday, and we have to sing happy birthday to her.
Yep.
Number 2, we need to go to Texas Day, Brazil. Okay, so I even ordered another scale. I ordered a scale that's a little bit bigger than that one. It's about this big. So now you can just bring your mom movie purse with you.
Okay.
And we'll bring that scale in. And we want to attempt to track inside of a Brazilian restaurant. So we will do another vlog
We have
tomorrow.
no shame at this point. None.
If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos that we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at our most recent video, which I'm going to put right over here.
Whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we do something crazy like steal some of Rachel's ice cream, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.